Welcome to Stallion News. I'm Deltrice Turner.
And I'm Jessie Steele.
Today is November 30th, right around the corner from that most special time of the year.
No, we're not talking about the holiday season. We're talking about finals week.
I'm sure from experience you all know that cramming 4 months of work can be a lot of work. Megan Kling has more on study methods.
College students are constantly looking for new ways to help them stay up and cram for finals. Caffeine, a staple in the lives of many, has become the new go-to. The substance can be found in many forms, but the most common and perhaps the most popular is energy drinks. Monster, Rockstar, and Full Throttle are just a few examples. Monster, the second highest grossing of these products, contains 160 milligrams of caffeine per 16 ounce and has already been linked to 5 deaths this year. One, including a 14-year-old girl from Maryland who died of a heart arrhythmia after consuming 2 of these drinks in a 24-hour period. Her parents are suing Monster on the grounds that they were not so forthcoming with their ingredients. Here's Dr. Maggie Martin with more on energy drinks.
Just what they're called sounds so alluring. Get that energy, get that zip. And if I think I can spend $2 and in one night get the results of a semester of studying, then boy, that's pretty cheap, isn't it? Whereas in fact, it has that opposite effect. Anybody who's had too much coffee or too much Coke knows how that jittery, wired feeling. And how can you think clearly when you're way up here with your energy level as opposed to letting the thoughts flow as if you were more relaxed?
Another trending study aid is Adderall, a medication typically prescribed to those who suffer from ADD and ADHD. But when consumed by those who do not suffer from these diseases, it makes them perform at an above-average level. But Dr. Maggie Martin warns that anyone who uses these substances to stay awake when they should typically be sleeping puts themselves at a high risk.
I mean, it can really have problems with your heart rate, with just your overall well-being. When you drop, it can feel like depression, and that's a tough way to go take a test.
Although it would probably be best for students to study throughout the semester, if you do have to pull an all-nighter, just remember to be safe. This is Megan Kling for the Stallion.
Megan Kling says that over 1/3 of the students use Adderall. Jessie, I hope that's an overestimate.
I sure do too. But Christmas is right around the corner. So on a brighter note, I wonder if we're going to have a white one.
Up next, we have the local weather update with Matthew Reed.
Yeah, Deltrice, we'll get to your white Christmas percentages in just a second. But first, we want to take a look at your A-plus finals week forecast. And A-plus is right. Look here in Tifton, 77, 52. Might need a small jacket as you roll to that 8 o'clock final. Still gorgeous weather across the area for Tuesday. 75 once again in Tifton, 52. 77 down towards Valdosta if you're heading down for a little Christmas shopping. Same story over towards Tallahassee, 77. Beautiful above average temperatures here. Story will change a little bit though for Wednesday. A cold front will approach Tuesday night that brings in a slight chance of rain. The greater chances the further you move north. 66 there for Wednesday as those morning showers move on out behind the cold front. 46 there for your low. As we expand the view for Thursday, we want to take a look across everywhere as we all head home. 57, 36 Atlanta, slightly below average to right around average for this time of year. 28, 51 towards Charlotte for those of you heading back north. 72, 55 Orlando as that cold front finally makes it through central and southern Florida. Same story for Friday, 55-38 there in Atlanta, 65-47 here in Tifton. So nothing really to worry about as we move into your Saturday as well. 57-38 Atlanta, New Orleans, 65-52, and heading up towards Memphis, 55-39. 7-day outlook shows the story. Very seasonal weather, 73-75 for Monday and Tuesday. That slight chance of rain pushes through Tuesday night into Wednesday, 66. And then we stay in the 60s here in Tifton. Beautiful weather as we head towards the weekend. Now for those white Christmas chances, well, the National Weather Service has issued their map depicting what we could see here across Georgia and the southeast. Only less than a 10% chance here in Georgia, but there's always a chance. Remember, 2 years ago we had that snow hit North Georgia. Same story for Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina. We don't know. There's a couple of storms that could be developing around that time that might bring us a white Christmas, Deltrice. We'll just have to keep an eye on it, see what happens.
Thank you, Matt. Living in South Georgia, we know that weather is subject to change.
Definitely. And no matter what the weather is, I'm definitely bringing my jacket to Gunga.
I am too. Well, with ABAC students having another semester of classes under their belt, they may be looking towards a 4-year degree. With ABAC's new Rural Studies program, that's possible. Now we have Brooke McKinney with more on that story.
Journalist and author Richard Wood visited ABAC to speak about the survival of rural America. Being a city dweller most of his life, Wood knew little about rural America until he began writing his book.
I lived in and had always lived in big cities, and I didn't know much about rural America or why these towns were having these problems. And so I decided to find out and maybe write a book about it, because I guessed that most people who live in big cities really didn't know the answer to that question either.
In his latest book, titled Survival of Rural America, Wood addresses the causes of depopulation in small towns.
Over the last 100 years, we've made such enormous improvements in our agricultural productivity that we don't need as many people on the farms as we used to. 200 years ago, this country, I think, had about 95 or 6% of the people living on the farms. Now we have about 2%.
ABAC now has the nation's only degree that focuses on rural studies. Wood believes there are more unique opportunities in this program than some may realize.
And this course offers an opportunity to stop and examine what it is in rural America that might be appealing to them, and ways they might be able to serve that community in rural America in ways that will result in a good job and a good life for them.
Many students here at ABAC are looking forward to the large city for good jobs and things to do. However, they have considered returning to a rural community to raise a family, which Wood says is the prime value that still remains in small-town America. From the Stallion, I'm Brooke McKinney.
Let's not forget, 'tis the season to give. Let's take a look with Marcus Grant at the local Piggly Wiggly and the organization known as Family to Family.
Good evening and happy holidays. This is Marcus Grant coming to you all from the local Tifton County Piggly Wiggly, home of the Wednesday 5% senior discount. But that's not the topic of our discussion today. Today we want to go here and see how you and potentially your family can help another family out in Tifton. Come on, guys, let's see what they have to offer. Here I am standing with Shane, the co-manager here at you all's local Piggly Wiggly, and he's going to give us some more information in reference to the $5 family-to-family donation.
We donate back to the community that stays here locally in Tifton. We give back to the Salvation Armory here, there's Susie Jones, and as you can see, it's been helpful throughout the community.
You guys just heard it from Shane, that it helps out the community in Tifton, so I figured I'd be the first to go ahead and lead by example and go ahead and make my $5 donation. I encourage you all to do the same as well. There you all go. I wish you all a happy holidays, and I encourage you all to stop by you all's local Piggly Wiggly and definitely help out the cause, guys. Thanks a lot, Shane, for your time. I wish you a happy holidays as well.
Thank you, Marcus, for that touching story. It's amazing what $5 can do for just a single family.
Yes, it really is. Now that we're in the Christmas spirit, Deltrees conducted a survey to find out what ABAC's favorite Christmas movie is. Can you reveal us the results?
We all know that December 25th is right along the way, and with that joyous time of the year comes everyone's part-time favorite, Christmas movie. Using the survey here at ABAC, both students and officials ranked their favorite Christmas movie of all times. Tying in third place was The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, starring Jim Carrey, and also Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. In second place, we have A Christmas Story, 1983's edition, famous for "You're gonna shoot someone's eye out," or the scene of a kid's tongue getting stuck to a frozen flagpole.
This is nuts. Duck, 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 duck,
And winning the race in number 1, we have Elf, 2003's edition, starring Will Ferrell.
Time for the announcement. Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Santa! Oh my God!
Thanks for using the survey, Monkey, both students and officials. And remember, it doesn't matter what Christmas movie you watch, as long as you're watching in the holiday spirit. Happy holidays.
Thank you, Deltrees. That was great. Now this concludes our special edition of The Stallion. Study hard, do great on finals, and we'll see you next term.
Happy holidays!